Okay, so now I'm going to channel 5. I'm going to channel 5. So when it comes to channel 5, and there are a few things that I want to start with. And David today he talked about the inflammations and also about stem cell activities. And David mentioned about this thing that I forgotten to mention in the Chinese session. It's called micro needling. For example, a lot of people they like to do some micro needling on their scalp in order to grow their hair. And David she said, yeah, I can't say anything because in my work, because when you do the micro needling, you are basically create injury and inflammation to attract more stem cell to be attracted to your scalp in order to grow a new follicles. Okay, but this can cause a lot of stress to your body unnecessarily. So what David advocates this, if you can have more circulating stem cell in the body, and this is important, you need to increase the overall circulating stem cell and metabolized stem cell in the body that is free to use, and then you do the micro needling, it will be better and cause less damage to your body. Okay, so this is how what David is trying to say. So today we talk about inflammation and also about stem cell. Let us start this. Okay, share screen. Okay, so what is so important about reducing inflammation and together to use with X39? If today I have met an accident along Old Clan Road and my car is on fire, so I call doctors, I call nurses to come to rescue with the ambulance. There are nothing much they can do about. There are nothing much they can do about because the car is on fire. So the first party that we should call is definitely the bomba, right? We should call the bomba to put out the fire, and then the doctor and the nurses can enter the car to rescue us. Bomba is the antioxidants, and the stem cell is the doctors and the nurses. So if you don't have a good mechanism to reduce the inflammation of your body and tissue, if you add on with stem cell, it will only kill the stem cell. And this is the reason why a lot of stem cell therapy treatment, they doesn't work. It's because a lot of stem cell is being burned off. So David mentioned this in a couple of a presentation Zoom before. He said, whenever there is an injury, there is an inflammation, that inflammation will attract stem cell for healing. This is our body mechanism like SOS. So when the stem cell was pulled toward the stem cell, was pulled toward the injury, the inflammation will kill off the stem cell. Okay, so why I mentioned about this is because David mentioned something called autonomic nervous system. When you have a regulated, balanced autonomic nervous system, it means that your body can react very fast. I want to open, I open. I want to close, I want to close. Example, you can think about this. Today, I have the shutter door for my office. Okay, when I open my shutter, the stem cell can come in to heal my tissue inflame. Okay, so now my tissue is in a very high state of inflammation, very serious state of inflammation, but I leave my gate open, so all the stem cells that flush in, it will get killed off because my autonomic nervous system don't know when to close and don't know when to open. But when you have EON on you, it balances the autonomic nervous system. So for example, you have a lot of stem cells that come in, the cell will start to behave such a way that let me reduce the inflammation first. So when the reduce the inflammation is completed, then it open up again so the stem cell can start to heal. Whenever the inflammation come back again, it will stop again, come again, stop again, come again. So when your autonomic nervous system is become very flexible, very is always has the ability to act efficiently, your stem cell works much better. Okay, so this is the reason when you have X39 and EON, it works miraculously fine, miraculously fast. Okay, so today is Friday session. After I give you some understandings, right, why I strongly encourage X39 daytime and AEON at nighttime is because from the business point of view, it's very easy to follow up. Okay, I can guarantee you this. If you only focus on X39 and then you focus on X39 and AEON, the good feedback that come to you is multiple times that you focus on X39. Okay, you will realize about this. Why? Because the AEON itself, it don't have much healing crisis. AEON is to balance your autonomic nervous system. If you cannot sleep, you can sleep better. If you feel very agitated, you will feel much more relaxed. If you are very relaxed, you will feel you can get more motivated. So AEON by itself, it don't have a lot of detox mechanism like glutathione, so it works very well. Before Lifewave X39, the star selling product is AEON patches. Okay, so when you have X39, they do some of the detox because X39 elevate 40% of the glutathione that trigger the detox symptom. But when it is at night, you have an AEON to continue to regulate your autonomic nervous systems, right? It will try to make the detoxification to be more manageable. So the healing crisis or the recovery symptom that your downline complain to you, you become much lesser. Any one of you notice this when you recommend X39 only and you recommend X39 and AEON, you realize X39 and AEON is much more happier for you to follow up because the healing crisis is much manageable and the positive feedback is more. If yes, start to a 222. If what I say you also have start to see it, you start to a 222. Yeah, it's true. When I add on X39 and AEON, right, the healing crisis become much more manageable. And the secondly, people will feedback with good result much faster. Okay, so Wong, Stephen, Jennifer, Haslanuddin, Kathleen Hall. So this is something that we have found the best combination for business. Okay, so a lot of people, they will start to ask me, Jingong, can I add on X49, SPCs and glutathione? It's very helpful for them. I say, yeah, it's very helpful for them. But when you don't have a autonomic nervous system being balanced, even your body cannot efficiently utilize the antioxidants that being produced. So AEON is always the first. Okay, so I always say 60 days later, then you can consider add on other patches so your customers can focus on using X-Day and AEON. Sometimes when it comes to the building the business, it's also about the customer consumer behavior. When you give them 4 to 5 to 6 patches, after 1 to 2 months, if they don't see result, even they see a minor result, they will say, I spent so much money, I put so much patches, why I only see such a minor result. But when someone can focus on one patch at a time, and yet they can see result, the impact is much more. You get an understanding. It means I recommend X39. It's not just for the product efficacy, it's also for the business building, just for you to understand. Because when you have many people do only one patch at daytime, one patch at the nighttime, number one, they're very consistent. Second thing, they can remember to take out every 12 hours. And number third, they think it's so easy to use, it's so easy to share to other people. So then it's better for business to grow because what we want ultimately is to reach out to as many people as possible with this technology. Okay, so these are the reasons that I strongly focus X39 and AEON. Okay, I will answer the question that, oh, congratulations, all of you love the combinations, right? So today I want to delve in a little bit deeper about what I've learned from today a Zoom session from Mr. David Smith. So David Smith said, if you love to exercise a lot and you find it very difficult to lose your belly fat, and this is because when you constantly challenge your body to have too much of exercise, your cortisol level goes up, your belly fat also goes up. When your cortisol level goes up, your body stop metabolizing the belly fat. Okay, that means when your cortisol level goes up, your dopamine level goes down, your body don't use fat as a burning fuel. So if you are finding very difficult, although no matter how strenuous activity that you do, and yet you cannot lose your belly fat, it's because the routine is not right. David mentioned if you really want to exercise, try to increase the intensity of the exercise and reduce the duration. Make it high intensity in a short intervals. Okay? So, and David mentioned about this, which I will remember this for my life. Imagine this. Today we have Jaya Grocer, right? We have supermarket, we have NSK. Anytime we want to buy the food, we can easily accessible. But few thousand years ago, no one know exactly where to get the food. I might have hunted a chicken today, but maybe I had to starve myself for the next 5 days. So it is a body natural mechanism that when you under stress, your body will tend to store more fat. That means whatever you eat right now, your body will consume what is necessary, and whatever is excess, it will immediately turn to the fat. It will start to store around your belly. Think about this. The more stressed you become, the more fat you have. Why? Because in the ancestor, it's like this. What is the reason that I will feel stressed? When I feel hungry, when I cannot feed my family, when I cannot hunt for my food. So if that stress, that state of stress that I cannot find my food, the more so I have to help myself to store more fat to burn later in case I cannot find the food, right? So this is how it works. So if you see a lot of our friends, right, they exercise a lot, they go to gyms a lot, and yet they cannot lose their belly fat. Tell them it's because you exercise too much, your cortisol level is too high, your dopamine level is too low, and your body don't metabolize your belly fat as a burning fuel. Okay, I think it can be very deep for someone, but I really love the understanding. Okay, so and then we talk about this. Okay, all of us we have okay, you give me a second, sir. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so David is saying all of us we have two types of nervous system. One is called sympathetic, one is called parasympathetic. And sympathetic is where you feel agitated, and parasympathetic is where you feel relaxed. Okay, either way is not good. You don't want to go far right. You don't want to go far left. What we want is try to stay balanced. If not, either way, you are going to suppress your immune. You're going to suppress your immune system. So whenever you are too relaxed, you are too agitated, both is going to affect your immunity. So, for example, David daughter, I don't know what is her name. Uh, she asked David, father, I just came back from sauna and detox, and I feel very good. I want to continue to do it for 3 days. And David said, don't do it. David said, don't do it because you might over relax your body. And for example, David quoted an example like Mariah Carey. She sleep 12 to 13 hours a day. And this is why now she got so many health problems. Okay, the health problem is I add one because I know about her issue. So 12 to 13 hours a day, and that will depress the immune system of someone. So you don't want to have a too agitated, sleep too little. You also don't want to sleep too much. So David always will encourage about 7 hours of sleep. 7 hours of sleep. So if you don't want to relax so much, if you don't want to stress too much, you want to have a balance, and Eon do exactly the same thing. Okay. So some of you after using Eon, you will feel that, how come I feel a little bit hot here, a bit heat. Some of you will feel, how come I put already, I feel very cooling. If using a Western way to talk about this is when you put the patch Eon, you feel very cooling. It's because your sympathetic nervous system is more agitated. That means you are very excited, you are very kanjong, so you feel very cooling to calm you down. When you put the Eon and then you feel a little bit hot, a little bit heaty there, it's because your parasympathetic is too agitated. That means you are too relaxed already. So when you put the Eon over there, it balances it and then it makes you more energetic and more motivated. Okay. Any one of you have witnessed this kind of scenario? When you put a patches on different person, some people they say it's very hot, some heaty, some hot, some heat. Some people they will say it's very cooling. Anyone start to heard about this statement? If yes, start to 333. Yeah, my customers sometimes they say hot, some they say very cooling. Why? Start to 333. Okay, so now if you are not from the TCM background, so this is how I'm going to explain to you. If someone feel it's a little bit hot, it's because their parasympathetic nervous system is too excited, so they are too relaxed. When they feel very cold, it means that they're sympathetic, they are very agitated, so they want to calm it down. Okay, so this is something very good point. So and David talk about this. David say, um, Stress affect all system. Okay, I will going to share with you a few things. Okay, stress affect all body system. It will affect the musculoskeletal, respiratory, cardiovascular, endocrine, gastrointestinal, nervous, and reproductive system. So we have respiratory system, we have cardiovascular, endocrine, gastrointestinal, nervous system. So we have different kind of system that will be affected by stress. Although we might think that stress only affect our nervous system, but as your nervous system get affected, it's actually start to spread to other system. So because it is going to change your biochemical pathway, number one is your gut. So when you feel stressful, number one of the key system that will be affected is actually your gut. Okay, because the gut has hundreds, millions of neurons which can function fairly independently and are in a constant communication with the brain, explaining the ability to feel butterfly in the stomach. Stress can affect this brain-gut communication and may trigger pain, bloating, and other gut discomfort to be felt more easily. The gut is also inhabited by millions of bacteria, which can influence its health and brain health, which can impact the ability to think and affect emotion. So David talked about gut, and as your gut get affected, because you are so stressful, it will suppress your immune system. And your body have to counterbalance the depressed immune system by giving you more hormones such as adrenaline. So as you prolong this, it will actually have an effect on your reproduction system. Which means to say, the more stress you have as a man, the more damages you done to your testicles. When I listen about this, so guys, I think all of you maybe 50, 60 not so concerned. I'm only 30. So it was going to affect your testosterone level. So I think it's amazing things to do. So and David keep mentioning about this. A lot of us, we don't think that we have stress. I think because we are so used to stress already that we think that we are not stressful. And David wants us to rethink about this. He said, if any one of you have any symptoms over here, you are in a state of stress. If you have headache easily, you have muscle tension and pain. If you have chest pain, you have fatigue, you have change in sex drive, you got stomach upset one in every now and then, you got sleep problems, you are getting sick very easily, you are grumpy, you are angry, you are anxiety, you are restless, you lack of motivation and focus, you have memory problems, you're feeling overwhelmed easily, you have sadness, you have depression, you overeat or undereat, you are very angry, you always abuse the alcohol. I've seen people drink so much wine in over the night. So I know some of you like to tell me I drink a lot of wine and drink a lot of alcohol. Is basically you are telling me that you are very stressful. So please take care of yourself. And tobacco, avoiding friends like to stay at home and exercise very less often. You always want to exercise, you want to lie down at home. So all these things is an effect of stress because David mentioned about it. He said, when someone is happy, is in a state of happiness, when their dopamine is high, naturally they would like to exercise. So he quote an example on Batman. There are two actors who is acting on Batman. So one of them, they enjoy keeping fit. So after finishing the show, the actor still remain very fit. Whereas the other actors, he really don't like exercising. Every time going for exercise for the movie is a stress to him. So after stopping the movie, right, he gained back a lot of body fats. So David mentioned about this. We have to be very grateful to our body. And as you exercise, if you are able to enjoy it, grateful about you are able to lift the weight, your dopamine increase, your cortisol reduce, it can burn the fat even faster. Okay, so I recall a couple of Zoom before, David mentioned about it. He said, I love to do resistance training. I love to hit to the gym. And every time before I start to do the workout, the first thing I do is I pray. I say, I thanks God to give me this opportunity and this body. And I would love to take care of my body. And please help me to enjoy the following session, have a connection with my body. So you see, David is a very spiritual person. He knows his body so well that I think it's something that we really have to learn from David Smith. This is why I starting to go to gym already. Some of you, when you see me, I think you can see I gain some muscles. I really want to learn from David. In the middle of our meetings, when we were in Orlando, in the middle of our meetings, this is about 2 hours away from the next meetings. David is willing to drive all the way back just to go to exercise for about half an hour, and then he come back because he said because the machine that he has at his premise is much complete. So you can see he take care about his health. Okay, I think it's good time I share with you about David. There was one time, it's a very serious issue with the system. So I write to David Smith, and then David never replied after 2 days. So later on, I asked my upline, a big upline, I said, Brother Roy, why David Smith wasn't responding to the email? It's very urgent. And Brother Roy said, no matter how urgent it is, David will not respond email on the weekends. So I think David, he really know about work, take care of his body, and take care of his family. So he always talking about creating memories with the families and the loved one, because love is the best antidote for stress. Okay, so he talk about this. Please be in love. Please find a way to love the people in front of you. He say, in a state of love is the best way to relax your body, and is the best way to balance the stress. Okay, and then you talk about the COVID, because of the fibrinogen that in the body elevated, a lot of people start to have blood clot that causes the myocarditis, which is the inflammation of your muscle, on your cardiac muscle, and causing a lot of stroke and heart attack. So by managing inflammation, for example, for the stress, is very important. And if you don't control your stress, it's a matter of time that your heart is running into the problem. I think this is the reason why a lot of youngsters nowadays, even 30, 40 years old, they start to have cardiovascular problems. Okay. Okay, so there are a lot of things that David is going to share on the convention. So now, and someone asked David, when should we use EON? Should we use the EON on daytime, or should we use EON on nighttime? So David said daytime and nighttime is fine. So can we use the patches at other location instead of at the back of the neck and below the belly button? And she said, yeah, you can. Any other point is fine. You can also patch X39 at the point where you feel discomfort, and then you have a point of soreness. Okay. So then the David mentioned about this is about the hot sauna, which I want to share with you. It's a telegram. Now,
Ethanol. The sauna is a different story. So we know that elevated temperatures will degrade the patch.
okay, wait up.
Ethanol. The sauna is a different story. So we know that elevated temperatures will degrade the patch. I would say if you're going to go into a sauna for any length of time, you might want to remove the patch. There's no harm in leaving it on. It's just that you may degrade the patch more quickly with the elevated temperature. So yeah, so kind of it's one of those, it depends a little bit. Okay,
right? Okay, so now you understand how to explain. So if customer asks you, so can I put the patch under the sunlight? Can I put the patch in my bag? Can I put the patch nearby my handphone? So in general, if you put the patch anywhere near the heat source, the source of the heat, the elevated temperature is going to degrade the patch, because there's a crystalline structure in the patches that is going to be affected if this thing happens. So if you are going for sauna, and you can always take the patch off, go to sauna, and then you put the patch back again. Okay. But having said that, even you forgot to take off, it's okay. It's completely safe. It's okay to leave it on. It's okay. It's just that it will degrade, but it's completely safe. Okay. And yeah, basically this is it. Okay. Okay, so you all have any questions? See, we got 5 minutes. So how old is David? David is 60 years old. David is 60 years old. Okay. Okay, maybe let me show you the photo again, Andy.
Ethanol. The sauna is a different story. So we know that elevated temperatures.
Yeah, so how do you find the complexion of our founders, 60 years old? How do you find our complexion of our founders? Fantastic, right? Okay, when you see her in real persons, right, she looks so much better. It was much better. So we were taking a photo in Sardinia, right? Our founders put a hand on my shoulders. Oh my God, it's like the iron, you know. It's like iron. So hot, you know. Let me tell you, we are following the very right guy. Everything about him is right. I can find no flaw, you know. Compliance is better, right? Yeah, it's 60 years old. A lot of time, a lot of founders who invent a certain product, he himself gets sick. Our founders, super. So how old is that? Yeah, I see what Isma Freya Alavida is not helping. Or Coco Lee, I'm so sorry about this. So Coco, focus on X39 daytime, EON nighttime is the minimum, sir. So if you have a serious eczema flare up, okay, remember to drink more water. It's normal to get rid of all the existing toxin that you have in the body. Yeah? I feel very hot. Usually I'm cold hand and cold feet. Now I feel very hot in aircon room. Am I normal? Yeah, Colleen, I will say, okay, Colleen, can you open your mic, Colleen? It has been a while since I heard from you. Colleen, can you open your mic? Okay, can you unmute yourself again? Just now I accidentally mute you.
Okay, how? Yes.
Are you the
Okay.
Colleen? Are you the Colleen from Singapore?
Yes, yes.
I see, I see. So do you feel now very hot in the aircon room right now?
Yes, because that day, last time I'm cold hand and cold feet. Then after I use the X39, I
Yeah.
tell you, right, I feel my body is warmer. Warmer is okay, but I feel comfortable with the warmth. Then
Yeah.
recently I asked my admin, I say, I feel very hot, you know. Then she looked at me, she said, why you feel very hot?
Yeah.
Everybody is feeling very cold. Then I check, everybody is wearing jacket, you know. But I just feel very hot. Then
Right.
just very hot. Why?
Okay, so there are a few reasons. Are you recently very stressful?
Or
just
a bit.
normal? A bit.
Yeah.
I think in general your body is very healthy right now because last time you used to have a hormonal imbalance, right?
Yes, yeah, something like that. My skin is better. I tell you, my now it's the other way around. Last time my face very a lot of pimple and all that, you know, right? Yeah, along the jaw. But right now my jaw are cleared. Everything is cleared. My
Can
face
I see your
okay.
photo? Can I see your photo? Can you open your video? Is it
Cannot.
convenient? I cannot.
Not convenient. No, but now my feet I experience some eczema and hive, so it's
Right.
the other way around.
Right.
But now I feel very hot. When I feel very hot, I feel very itchy here and there.
I see. So do you have any skin problem before when you are
Yeah,
young?
hives.
I see. So if you have any skin problem before, right, I think when your body feels so hot, I think it's try to do some detox, try to really warm up, try to really warm up the blood circulation in order to remove all the toxin. It's normal. So if you really feel very hot, right, remember, are you drinking enough water?
Yeah, actually I drink more now, but I didn't take the tech, you know. I didn't take antihistamine. I take
Okay.
away antihistamine, but I replace with a supplement because if I don't take antihistamine, I end up very itchy. So
I
I
see.
think I take too much. I instead of I want to replace my medicine, so I have no choice. I have to take something. So I take sulfazyme.
Right. Okay. I think at least for now, your face is clear. At least what is bothering you is something that people don't see.
You hold on, you hold on.
Yeah.
My face.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to share with you, right? When I first know Colleen has a hormonal imbalance. So it's a lot of acne, keep on boom, 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 boom. And then he have a lot of acne scar. Okay, so and then now she say he's a very smooth, no more. So I'm very excited to see.
Okay, I can open the camera now.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Can
see. Yeah, I think it's so smooth, and the complexion is good also. Oh my God.
just today because feel the heat, that's why I can see a bit of redness. It's not actually this 那个肉粒 the wart
Yeah.
Doctor say needs to laser off, but it went flat itself.
Wow, fantastic.
It went flat itself. But I mean, I use my normal own skincare. So
Yeah. Can you explain a little how you look like before? All the acne scar and how you break out always?
I didn't break out. It's just that during COVID, all my pimple and all that all along the jawline.
Yeah.
So after that, I went to do treatment with the doctor. After that, I also patch because the patches make me recover very fast.
Yeah.
Even the therapist say, hey, how come you are the one who came? Because doctor prescribed me 3 times of everything.
Right.
One treatment is about 1,500.
Right.
So he prescribed me 3 times, but in the end, I only do 1 time.
Yeah.
But after 1 time, the second time I went to do is because of the COVID vaccination.
Right.
I came back with all the things again. After initially, I thought it's a menstrual that caused the pimple to be come back again. But after that, after 1 year, he said, hey, it didn't go off. So I asked you why. You say it's because of the vaccination.
Right.
So I went to him. He also said, oh, yeah, maybe vaccination. So he do it again.
Yeah.
So after he do it again, I stopped going to him for two months. I want to see how the patches actually work for me. Actually, I'm doing good. Just that I'm going back because my money is still there doing some of the balance of the laser. And all that. Yeah, laser just 5 minutes. Just let him laser. But I didn't go for 2-3 months already. See my face and it just went off itself. Or maybe you can see better.
Yeah.
Just went off itself.
Yeah. Oh, so
maybe the texture still is still improving. But at least I don't have really very very ugly one, very unsightly one. All the door, all over,
right.
over.
Yeah. How so may I know how do you find your confidence level right now when you go up?
Oh, actually, I went to a colleague who actually is my superior, is my boss. So one day he said he got stomach not feeling well. So I went to him. I showed him my photo. Then he's willing to try. I showed him. Then he said, you do Photoshop. I think no, that's me because I work together with him for 10 over years already. I worked 17 years with him already. He knows. Then he say, oh, my wife also heard about this, so he's willing to try. Somehow he's my boss. I don't even dare to go to him. Then when he meet me in the conference room, the first thing he say, you are doing this MLM. Then I said, I'm not really do, but I just tell him, but he's willing to try. He say, I can be. I say, I tell you, if you're willing to try, you can feel better. Because after he tried, right, he say he went and tell everybody that he got more energy. He can cycle himself 2 rounds. He can do 3 rounds, and then he can sleep better. He say, he tell everybody, usually I need to nap, but right now I don't need to nap already. Then he go and tell other people, hey, you go and tell them. You go and tell them what you asked me to patch.
Wow, fantastic. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. When
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, in these 2 years now, I haven't been speaking to you. Also very busy. So my husband was so willing to try already. So after 2 years, exactly 2 years, he came to my room and then he asked me to give him something to try. And then initially he don't want to tell me what happened to him. Because I 面子嘛. He wants his face. So after I patched AEON, then after that, two minutes, he can stand up and walk already. He's a diabetic. He's a cardiac patient. So actually his pain is a nerve pain. It is not a muscle pain. So he didn't want to tell me anything. He just say, oh, okay, 7 on a scale of 7 to 5. But after 1 or 2 months, he introduced to his friend. He said, hey, my wife asked me to patch this. You tell her, you tell them what is it. Usually he won't push me to go and tell them. Then after I tell them, I asked him one day, I said, exactly what happened that day? You never really tell me. He said, after you patch, my pain gone. And the other colleague also, I introduced her, she patched. Then she said the back pain. I asked her to patch AEON because she got AEON. She said, can I patch now? After she patched, she was on WhatsApp with me. After she patched, she said, hey, gone already leh. Amazing. I haven't even typed my text to her. Then she said, but she said, it's easier for her to like stand up because of the back pain. But of course, it is not completely in a second, everything is gone. Like that, it's like steroid, right now. I tell her it's gradually, but she said it's good enough for her already because she's struggling with the back pain for the whole entire morning. Then after I asked her to patch AEON, she said, how so amazing. I said, yeah, actually, you never try, you never know. I also don't know how to tell people sometimes. Only when you try. Then these
Yes.
kind of things, they try it, they see the results, they are very convinced, you know.
Right. Wow, fantastic. I'm so happy for you. You persist after 2 years.
I also went all the way to help my
Yeah.
mother-in-law to patch her because she was vomiting every 1 hour to eat
Yeah.
or drink. Then after I bring my drawings, I have all those TCM patches, the meridian point. So I went to her house. My husband didn't even fetch me there, you know. He asked me, where you want to go? I say, go to your mom's place. You all nobody care for her. She's not well after medicine. No one care for her. I go there. So I patch her. Then after she sleep, then I patch her 那个足三里 then after I patch her X39, she said she's feeling cold. I patch her sole. After I finish patching her, it's about 7 or 8 patches already. Then after that, 7 o'clock I patch her, 8 o'clock she's okay, 9 o'clock she's okay. 10 o'clock she say, okay, you can go home already. And then I tell her, at 12 o'clock she wake up and then she send me a message and say, Colleen, if you never come to my house and patch me, I will not get better and I will not stand up. And because her daughter thought she's going to rest, but she cannot help her to feed the baby. But when the daughter went to the kitchen and saw her mother and say, 诶，你不是很累吗？好像 like very sick. Then she say, oh, I'm okay already. I'm very hungry. I want to eat something. When she says she's very hungry, I know she's well already, because only when you are hungry, only when you are better, you feel hungry.
Yes.
Then she leave a message for me. Well, the message is like, then I come back home. First time in my life, my husband really respect me, and she just say something. She say, thank you, Sensei. Really, I gained his respect from then on. 2 years. He knows what I'm doing now. My husband don't really like this platform, I know, but he open one eye, close one eye. So,
Yeah.
I mean, up to him, I want health, I want wellness, so I continue. Yeah. So he finally believed me. So he also bring the patch to wherever. Now he patch every day. He patch every day. Somebody who is so stubborn, don't believe, because he's really to the end. Because every time he go to the doctor give him one more medicine or one more dosage.
You know what are the problem for your husband?
Diabetes, and then heart attack.
Oh,
He's diabetes. He need to inject insulin
Insulin.
and take two kinds of we need to take metformin and the other medicine. And then he got 3 血管 vein 那个 but 3 of them, one is fully blocked.
Okay.
The other one is 80% blocked.
Okay.
So it's 1.2.
Wow, this is a time bomb, man.
Yes, also he do balloon. So I tell you, but people who know me, right, they come and tell me, huh? Wow, it's like your husband like 好像 get another second life like that, because it's like a snap law. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from then on, I also don't know how to say that. Cherish every day.
Yeah.
What to do? Then his insurance all cash out.
I see. So
Yeah.
now after your husband put the pet, what do you see his changes in terms of activity?
My husband right now is, I need to encourage him to patch every time. So actually that day he went to doctor, I asked him, now we patch every month already, so you should. Then I'm very busy. I didn't keep track of him. When he run out of patches, he won't come to me. So I need to go to him. But I forgot that how come one packet can run for a few months? Surely he didn't ask for more. Sometimes he said he patched, sometimes he didn't patch. So when he went to the doctor's result is like not so ideal. Then I think, how can it be not so ideal? How can it be? Then later he say, I didn't patch every day. Then I tell him, 你不要这样子 because 我们会前功尽弃 because you know I really want to cry because I tried very, very, very hard to get him to patch. So I also want to see the result because a lot of testimonials say that you can like having lesser dosage or you can have better results. Yeah. So I want him to see himself that he actually has on the right way. Or I tell him, okay, maybe your case is quite serious, then we cannot overturn. Like maybe not say 有 diabetes tomorrow 没有 diabetes 不可能的啦，没有这样快的事情，it's not fast. So maybe we can like lesser dosage. Then
Yeah.
at least it's better than nothing, right? Better every step is an improvement. Lesser and lesser, we are working towards it.
Yeah.
But okay, I tell him to patch every day, so that because I give him more, I ask him to patch carnosine, right, and AEON, right. He get very confused already.
Yeah. This is the reason. For the X39 data EON will work already.
So my case, I just don't know why. Initially, last time I always wear jacket. Now I feel hot, and I think maybe it's because I'm near to menopause.
It's possible. How old you are this year?
43.
Still early lah. I don't think pre-menopause too early. Especially when you're healthy, normally your menopause will not be too serious. So I think she'll be fine.
Oh, but my menses days is shorter. Last time can be 5 days, but now it's 3 days, very strong, then become 0.
Okay. 0 means what? No menstruation.
That means last time is 5 days very strong. Like then the other 2 days is like 20, 30, a bit.
I see.
But right now is the first 3 days like waterfall at that 100. Then the 4th day is totally 0.
Okay.
Very abrupt. Very abrupt.
Do you have any menstruation pain before? Last time?
Last time when I was young, yes, but right now don't have. Right now menstrual is very regular, and it's really within that
timing.
Cannot miss. That means mine is I know when I cannot travel one. That few days I cannot travel.
Wow, fantastic, man.
Sure kena one.
I can really, I not only see the transformation in your health, also in your confidence, you know.
So you
Last
know February only got 28 days ma. So I come on the 1st of March, then 28th of March I come. You see how soon?
Oh, fantastic.
I don't miss a month. That time I was thinking, how come February never come?
Right.
March, end of the March, I come again. So because February very, very short, 28 days only.
Okay, for Colleen, I think I need to invite you to one of the Zoom session. I have to call you a post because we are already shooting 9:30 already. But we'll keep in touch for the next Zoom session.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you so much.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Amazing or not? When we talk about Lifewave products, right, we really can't stop sharing, you know, ourselves, our husband, our mother-in-law, our friends, our boss. You see, when you have a product that's so amazing like this, right, you can't stop sharing one. And do you feel touched when Colleen say, because of Lifewave product, I gave my respect for my husband? Do you feel touched about this? If yes, that do. And maybe I put another way. Maybe Colleen indirectly save her mother-in-law, you know, just because insists to go to the house to patch the 8 patches. And from there gain the confidence. The husband continue starting to patch, and then he himself see the results start to recommend to people. So this is all hope, right? Everyone start to get hope. The mother-in-law start to have more hopeful. Colleague have more hope. The boss have more hope. Now I can go cycle for a few rounds. Her husband is able to stand up without the pain. This is all hope. I think this is something that we are lacking on into today's society. Too much of fear, and let's use Lifewave as a seed of hope. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. There are so many questions. Okay. I'm going just to answer one more. Okay. A recent experience, a friend have a bad sore throat, couldn't speak. I tried to that as my past year we avoid, but the night the throat can come back also in the 1.3. We already come because of it. Okay, so I believe that sore throat is because of infection. This sore throat is because of infection. So although this one get rid already, there are other infection in any part of the body. That is why you start to get fever. Okay, so I think Priya, do you very surprised when your friend get such a bad sore throat, you put the glutathione and just minutes later she can start to speak again. Do you feel surprised, Priya? Do you feel very surprised about this? Yes, do. Do you feel very surprised also? Start immediately can start to talk. Okay, so anyway, thank you for coming to Friday. I know Friday night is always your relaxation night, so I'm going to see you next week. So enjoy your time, enjoy the weekends. Like what David always say, I think we all come to this life, we are creating memories with our loved ones, so treasure the moment, and weekends time have some time with yourself, create memories, because I think it's the memories that let us remember we are here in this earth. Okay, good night, everybody. Good night, good night, good night. Bye-bye. She was very surprised. Yes, Priya, amazing. We got more to come, Priya. Now we are just starting. Good night, bye-bye.